WesWes, y'all.
All right, lights, camera, and action. We are here on channel 135 podcast. This is a podcast where we talk about our favorite things in life, movies, TV shows, pop culture. I'm here with also Erick. What's up, man?
What's up, bro? How you been?
Good, man. Man, it's been a while, since House of the Dragon, but man, there hasn't been anything on lately to talk about, besides movies,
Yeah.
but
Not that
it's
good. Not that level, Not that level.
Yeah, but it's good to get a TV show started so we can talk about each episode as we go through.
Yeah.
So, off the back of the Batman movie, the Matt Reeves movie with the guy from Twilight, HBO did the new series, spin-off series from that movie called The Penguin. And I think we talked about this one of the episodes previous. I think when we did the trailer episode,
Yeah.
we talked about the Penguin trailer, and we were just discussing how much like the initial thoughts of it, like when we first found out there was going to be a Penguin spin-off series. It was like, okay, that seems a bit weird, Like, I wasn't expecting.
Yeah, it was a bit weird, but at the same time, I thought it was a great idea. From what we saw with Colin Farrell acting as the Penguin on the Batman, but that guy was the man.
Yeah,
absolute menace on that movie. So I was like, "Wow." It was kind of weird, but I wasn't surprised. I was like, "Yeah, that'll be worth watching."
That's right, and he did play a bit character in the movie. The Penguin, as you know, is through history of Batman, is one of the main villains in Batman's rogue gallery. So the Joker will be the main one, and then there'll be a lot of others, and Penguin is one of them. Penguin, the Riddler.
He's probably in the top 5,
Yes,
Penguin?
top 5 of Batman's ever series. But yeah, man. But unfortunately, the Penguin hasn't been portrayed as great as he is in the comic books. Like, when you think of Batman Returns, the Tim Burton sequel to the original Batman in 1990,
Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito played the Penguin. And
yep.
how'd you find that portrayal of it?
If I remember back to when I was young, I found that Penguin kind of gross and scary. But seeing it again as an adult, I think they were trying to put him true as what he was, a penguin. I mean, like trying to fuse a human, and I don't know what they were trying to do, but I think they were trying to make him resemble like he was an actual penguin, and it was kind of weird. But Danny DeVito being an awesome actor, he pulled it off in a way because it's one of the memorable acts ever as the Penguin.
Yeah, that's right. And being Tim Burton movie, his style sort of like real gothic and gothic sort of style. Like you saw that in the original Batman movie where he made the Joker. Jack Nicholson did a good job playing the Joker there.
Yeah,
I remember the Penguin back in the 60s, TV series with Adam West.
Yeah.
So Penguin was played by Burgess Meredith. He was he's the actor that he also was Mickey on Rocky. He was the trainer.
Oh, true. Was that so? He. Oh, yeah.
So he played the Penguin in the TV show.
Okay.
And if you remember, like the cartoon version and that version, that TV series version was similar to the comic book version. We have Penguin dressed up in a tuxedo.
Yes.
He's got a long nose. He's got a one eyeglass.
Yeah.
Top hat, and his main weapon is his umbrella.
Yeah.
So he's got umbrellas. Might be a machine gun umbrella, but he has different umbrellas for different kind of tools. So that was his thing in the comic books and in that TV series.
It was like a 1950s, 1950s or 1960s gangster type of thing, of theme.
Yeah. And then Tim Burton's version, it was like you said, it was a gross version of the Penguin when Danny DeVito is eating live fish.
Yeah,
he's
acting like an actual penguin.
Acting like an actual penguin because his feet shaped like penguins' feet.
Yep.
His hands too. his dark eyes and his long hair and
And
just
his
his
pasty white skin too, eh? That
pasty
was
white
like,
skin,
ugh.
and he's pretty stubby too. So
Yeah,
yeah, I think that was a sort of cartoon version of the penguin. This penguin though, the Colin Farrell penguin, is more realistic. I
yeah,
mean, if you take away all the cartoon stuff you know about the penguin, like everything that Danny DeVito had, you take all that away. You take all the tools of the umbrella stuff and just the cartoon version of him. You take it all away and you make this guy a real human being, and you get the penguin in this TV series. Like
yes,
he's sort of there's that scene where he's like sitting on the bed, he's ready to have a nap, and he takes
yeah,
his shoes off, and you see the deformity in his feet. That's the reason why he walks funny and he waddles.
yeah. Waddles just
So
like a penguin.
just like a penguin. So and he is a mobster. So you know how in the mafia they have nicknames
Yeah, yeah,
for mobsters, like according to what their probably physical traits are or their personality.
yeah,
Like the standard ones like Mickey Blue Eyes
yeah.
or
That's right.
Pete the
Yeah,
Killer or something like that. But because he has deformed feet, he waddles like a penguin. He's short and stubby. Yeah, he looks like a penguin. He waddles like a penguin. So his mafia nickname is
the
Penguin,
penguin.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, even the like the makeup and they gave his face like a bit of like he's a bit scarred up as well.
Yeah.
So man, it just looks gives the character some depth
Mm.
for that. All the scarring in that. Good
Yeah, that's
makeup.
right. So if you think about the other attributes that make the penguin in the comics, he hasn't got the glass eye, he hasn't
No,
got the top hat, he hasn't got the tuxedo, he hasn't got the umbrellas, right?
he doesn't smoke.
He's
Like he's always got like that. There's long cigarettes. I
that's right.
remember
Ah,
those.
yeah, of the cigarette holder and the
Yeah,
knife.
and he's
Yeah,
always like having the puff now and again.
yeah, that's right. So we're far from that, and I wonder if because the series is about the rise of the penguin, because at the moment, at the beginning of it, even in the movie, he's like a low level sort of gangster guy, that owns that
Yeah,
nightclub.
he's like a henchman.
He owns the
Oh
nightclub, the
no,
Iceberg
probably
Lounge.
just higher than the henchman. Eh? It's like he runs them. He
Yeah,
runs all the little henchmen.
yeah. He's probably on the next rung up on the ladder.
Yeah,
But Falcone's given him this nightclub, the Iceberg Lounge, which is the exact name of the nightclub he has in the comic books too. So that was pretty cool. Yeah, so he's a low level gangster. He hasn't really made the top or anything. He's not like a big crime dude, and he's probably he's under the wing of Carmine Falcone in the movie. He dies, as we know,
yeah,
and it's sort of like a power struggle going on. There's a power vacuum. Who's going to be on top? And yeah, the story is about we're gonna spoil this episode. By the way, so yeah, man, I think this whole series is an 8-part series on HBO from DC Studios, and it's just a rise. It's a story of the rise of the Penguin, which I think will be if we see multiple Batman movies from the same universe.
yeah. It'll be a setup
He'll
for that too. Eh?
probably be a setup for maybe the second or third movie, but Penguin will
Yeah,
be always be in the background.
yeah,
Yeah, so I think what we're gonna see is his rise to take over the crime scene in Gotham. So
yeah. We get that straight off from the first episode. Eh? We
mm,
get that feel like that he's gonna go for it. He's gonna try and take the crown.
yeah.
He's already putting pieces in motion. So yeah, no, it's a wicked episode.
Did you ever watch the TV series Gotham?
A little bit, and that penguin. Wow, they made him out almost to be better than the Joker in that
Oh yeah,
TV series. Like Penguin was the in that program. I think Penguin was rated as the man.
the Penguin's young, in that one,
Yeah, he's quite young.
and he's the same sort of storyline, He's like a bum boy, at that
Yeah,
time.
and then
Mm,
he comes out on his own. But
mm,
it's weird because he has he has a really tight relationship with the Riddler, which I
Right.
felt quite weird. But yeah, that TV show is another level, man. Commissioner Gordon was, man, he's a womanizer. On that TV series, I was like,
Mm.
oh, bro, this guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, nah, yeah, funny show.
So yeah, the Penguin. What's your initial thoughts on it as a whole? If you could like think back, well, is it for you? Is it worth carrying on?
Yeah, man, hard on.
Yeah.
I enjoyed this. I enjoyed this first episode.
Yeah.
I like. I've watched it twice, and I think I enjoyed it more when I watched it the second time. It's because I watched it with Joe,
Mm.
my brother, because he hasn't seen the episode yet, and even he felt, man, this is pretty mean. So yeah, no, I'm down to watch the next episode for this show. They've done
Yeah.
a really good job, man.
How did you find the penguin in the movie though?
I think that it's roughly the same. I don't see any difference, but yeah, that's what initially grew me. Like I like the Colin Farrell's penguin. It's
Mm.
like Heath Ledger's Joker almost.
Mm.
It's like that level. If you could pick your favorite actors for your favorite characters for this, for Batman, it'd be like yeah, him as Penguin and Heath Ledger as the Joker.
It's weird because when I remember the Batman movie, seeing Colin Farrell play the penguin, like he could actually easily not be the penguin. He could have easily been another character
Oh,
to play
okay.
his part. You know what I mean? Like, because he is like just a kind of like a he's not higher up in the criminal organization, but he
Yeah,
does play a role in the beginning. Like he sets up the place where the bad guys are with the nightclub,
yeah,
and he sort of like has information that they try to grab off him later on in the film. But yeah, he could easily be a different character, if you know what I mean.
yeah,
Like you always expect Penguin to be one of the major villains, but he's not in that movie, So it's the beginning. It's before he becomes a major player.
yeah. It's funny too because you don't hear them mention his by the Penguin. You only hear the other people reference him as Oz.
Yeah,
So it's just
Oz.
like, oh, he hasn't actually gotten that nickname yet. So the audience knows what's his nickname, but it looks like in the storyline he hasn't got the nickname the Penguin yet.
Yeah, it's interesting that his actual name in this universe is Oswald Cobb,
Yeah, not
and I think that's on purpose because they could
yeah,
do whatever they want with that character. I think they did that because his name in the comic books is Oswald Chester Cobblepot.
Cobblepot. Yeah,
Yeah, and if you weren't going to use that name exactly, you can do whatever you want. You know what I mean? Change
yeah,
his personality or change his looks or or whatever. Yeah, that's interesting. The decision that they made. Keep him a character that's on his own, eh?
yeah,
Just like the woman penguin version in the cartoon, the Cape
yeah.
Crusader.
The Cape Crusader. I was going
Yeah,
to say that they took a different narrative on the Penguin, but man, it
mm,
was still solid.
yeah,
It's absolutely solid.
yeah. It was good. Yeah, I because Penguin played a small part in the movie, and he wasn't fully the Penguin at all. You kind of like didn't really sort of care. You know what I mean? Like I didn't really, it didn't matter if he was the Penguin or not. Just a
Yeah,
normal bad dude.
I didn't even tell you the truth. I didn't even see him as the Penguin on the Batman. I just
Yeah,
saw him as Oz.
yeah. That's what I mean.
Yeah,
And to have a series dedicated to him, and to tell the story of the rise of the Penguin from that level to how we know him as in the comic books as a supervillain,
yeah,
that's kind of interesting. But at the same time, I was thinking, I hope that they don't fuck it up because if you think about the character of Boba Fett in Star Wars,
uh,
Boba Fett in the trilogy, he was the man, eh?
Yeah.
But then if you go deep dive into his life and you follow him and you have a series about him, at the end of it all, you think, "Oh fuck, what the fuck happened to Boba Fett, man?" He's just like, "Oh, who cares about? He's not even cool anymore." You know, he's like,
Yeah.
it's like, you know, they ruined it. Like, you didn't have to go deep dive into. You didn't have to bring him back alive, man. He was the man being dead and shit. You know, he was like, you know, like those characters that are like Darth Maul.
Yeah.
Like after he dies in Phantom Menace, you know, he left with what he could have been. Like if he stayed alive and carried on, he was the man, eh? But
Yeah.
then they did bring him back, and it sort of diluted his character, sort of thing, eh? Because
Yeah. They give more emotions in that
yeah,
a psychotic breakdown.
but you know what I mean, eh? I think
Yeah.
that's the that would be the bad side of bringing back a character, eh, and diving deep into them,
Yeah.
because you have to sort of continue the aura they have had before, eh?
Mm.
And
Because
I was wondering if this TV series would ruin the Penguin character if we go deep dive into him. If we liked him in the movie,
yeah.
but I think it was on purpose that they made him in the movie to be like he could be anybody. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Because
Because if yeah,
they haven't really stepped them up to the penguin yet.
yeah, that's right. And I think if they did in the movie, if he was like a second in charge or something,
Mm.
then you know it'll be it'll sort of I'll be concerned to watch a series of him and at the end of it be nah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good with I'm good with the big one. He was the man in the movie, but after the TV series, nah, I'm good. I'm good. You know? Like
Yeah.
Boba Fett. Like I don't want Boba Fett the Boba Fett
Repeat.
repeat.
The what do you call it? The bubble fit fever or
Nah,
sickness.
we should name it the Boba Fett effect. This is the Boba Fett effect. Hey,
bubble, bubble fit
I don't
effect.
want any characters to have the Boba Fett effect.
I don't
Well,
know. I'm getting some hits and tips from the series alone. Like it looks like Oz has got some family tragedies coming up in the next coming episodes.
yeah.
Because you can get the hint that the mother's a bit cracked,
Hmm.
and it's definitely been a family tragedy because apparently he had brothers and you don't see them.
Hmm.
So yeah,
So that's
maybe
another
if there's a
point.
good story to tell or
Yeah,
not.
that that's a good point you just mentioned about the family, the mother, and the brothers, because that brings the character more down to earth.
Yeah,
Like
because
we
even
see,
because like even the part in the scene where he's talking to his mother and he's trying to explain to her just before um the mum was like, oh, he was like putting something out in the bathroom, and then she goes, oh, the boy said the boys wouldn't muck around, or she said something like that. But I think she was referencing to his brothers.
mm,
But then he just quickly goes, oh, have you taken your just take your medication? And then she gets into the thing of, oh, you trying to bribe me with the necklace and so on. And then, she gets to the nitty gritty of why he's really home. But I thought that was strange.
mm,
But you see the family photos in it when Victor's walking around in the front entrance.
yeah,
He's like just staring at the family photo wall. So it's like,
mm,
oh, true, there was a cool family. Maybe the
yeah.
dad had something to do with it. All these questions.
But that's what I mean. They've shown us that they've shown us more of a human side of him. So they are bringing him back down to earth. They are bringing this character into reality. Yeah, like
Yeah.
there's nothing supernatural about him. Hey,
No, he's not far fetched.
there's nothing cartoonish about him besides the name of his nickname, but you can understand that when it comes to the mob or there's mob nicknames he's got. But they have made this character a human,
Yeah.
and he's yeah. Um, I just had the thought that I forgot to do a rundown of the episode, so I'll do that now.
Do it.
Okay, so
I like these rundowns, because it reminds me of, it reminds me of the parts in the parts that I like
yeah,
the series.
yeah,
It's pretty
okay,
cool.
I'll do the rundown. So, the Penguin episode 1 first aired September 19th, 2024 to 0.242 million viewers in the US.
Cool.
As episode 1, the title is After Hours, directed by Craig Zobel. Okay. 1 week after the assassination of Carmine Falcone and the destruction of Gotham City's seawall, Oswald Oz Cobb is caught by Alberto Falcone, Carmine's son and heir apparent, as he recovers a stash of Falcone's valuables from the Iceberg Lounge. Oz listens as Alberto explains his plans to revolutionize the Falcone drug operation. When Oz expresses his aspirations to be a powerful, respected mobster, Alberto mocks him, leading Oz to shoot and kill him impulsively. Oz attempts to dispose of Alberto's body and scales off a group of juvenile delinquents stealing the rims from his car. He recruits one of them, Victor Argula, to assist him. Oz learns that the Falcones plan to assume control of the drug ring. He also encounters Alberto's sister, Sophia Falcone, newly released from Arkham Asylum. Oz plans to skip town but changes his mind after being encouraged by his mother, Frances. Oz visits Falcone's rival, Salvatore Maroni, in Blackgate Prison, offering to bring the drug operation back into Maroni's control. Maroni is reluctant, but reconsiders after Oz returns a ring that Carmine has taken from Maroni. Sophia later captures and tortures Oz, but is distracted by a sudden recovery of Alberto's body staged by Victor to implicate Maroni's crew. Oz is released and begins plotting with Victor to take control of the Falcone crime family.
I thought that was crazy.
Yeah. So it was pretty cool to see Alberto Falcone. I forgot the actor's name, but he was Bugsy Siegel on Boardwalk Empire. So it was kind of sad that he died because he was a good actor to play that kind of part.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It was just funny how the whole scene though, when after the penguin shot him, right, and he's having a little giggle to himself that who's laughing now, and then you can see it on his face, because that's why I like the makeup. It's so well done that you can see it on his facial features. That he's like, oh shit, I fucked up.
Yeah.
And the whole show starts. But you can see how I think it's the way they did the makeup. You can see it on his facial. So his makeup is like a extra extent of him. Just gives that man, it's crack up.
Yeah. So that starts off the film, eh? So obviously there's a power vacuum going on, and Oz wants to try and take advantage of it, eh? And it's funny how he gets caught in the beginning when he's trying to steal all the stuff from the wall, like all the blackmail stuff. Yeah. And then when Alberto surprises him, he turns around and sort of like plays along, like, "Oh, you're here! Oh, cool! You're here, boss."
Down there.
Yeah,
he's good at playing it down.
You know?
Oh, he's the man at that.
Yeah, but he just got too carried away when he shoots him. But that was the impulse he had. And it's sort of like made up for it when his mom told him, "Hey, don't worry about it. You're supposed to do that." You know? Like,
yeah.
But it was when that scene when he talks to his mom, and he just tells you everything like straight away. Like that's his weakness. His mom.
Yeah.
Like he could do any bad shit outside, but when it comes to his mom, he bows down.
That's what I was quite surprised with that scene. Like he just told us straight. Like, I shot someone, and then he told who he shot. And I was like, holy shit! I thought he would have lied, but that's how much respect he has for his mom. So, man, this is a side of the penguin that I haven't seen. Hey, you're not gonna swear at me if I just say this, right? But the Colin Farrell's acting with the penguin is almost. I mean, it's not, but it's pretty close to Tony Soprano.
You think?
Tony Soprano's character.
Do you think?
Like, it's not as heavy. It's not as heavy. It's quite subtle. But there's just some parts that he does. It's kind of a bit like Tony, because I've recently watched The Sopranos. Like you've been checking me. I've been watching that show, and it's been recent. So I kind of remember some of his gestures, and it's almost roughly the same. Almost.
Mm.
I was like,
do you think Colin Farrell just channeled his James Gandolfini?
Yeah. It must have been some kind of aspirations for his penguin character.
Yeah.
So I was like, man.
But that's the way they want to go with this sort of narrative there. Like it's the
Mafia
whole
boss.
mafia style, like crime. It's a crime flick, and
Yeah,
got Sopranos kind of influence going in there, and like Martin Scorsese kind of stuff. It's,
yeah, yes,
so yeah, it's kind of cool because you didn't want it to be sort of like a make believe sort of gangster world going on. You know
yeah.
what I mean? Like
You don't
it's
you don't want him.
obvious.
You don't
It's
want him
obvious.
running around in the penguin car, or you know how you said
Well,
he had different umbrellas for each
yeah.
yeah kind of task.
Well, you can either go realistic and be like the Five Families of New York and
Yeah,
have a mob style, like real, actual, like Sopranos style kind of thing, or you have like a make believe and you can make fun of, not make fun, but n- not be sort of like a real thing, like say this world in the Batman films, the Christopher Nolan Batman,
yes,
like the crime lord in that one and Batman Begins. It's Salvatore Maroni, right?
yeah,
Um, but that criminal organization, you can tell it's not like it's a fake one, eh?
yeah,
You,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah,
The boss wouldn't go and do all the dirty work, right?
yeah.
Like the boss wouldn't be there. That scene where Batman shows up in the
At
container
the
yard
docks.
at the
Yeah,
docks, and Maroni's there. It's like, why would he be doing? Well, why is he there? You know?
yeah. He'll be somebody having his
Yeah,
whatever he does.
yeah, that
His
kind of
his way
stuff.
to do it. Yeah,
Yeah, it's that kind of stuff. So that once that happens, it's not realistic, eh?
yeah,
So that's all I was like afraid of. If because I heard all the stories, what they're going trying to do with this TV program before I started watching it. It's going to be like gangster. It's going to be the mafia styles. It's going to be there. I was like, okay, they better not fuck it up like those. Be like a make. You can tell it's make believe.
yes, yes. It's especially with the audience of today, right? You
Yeah,
can't just okay, this you can't get somebody that's not a gangster and then try and make something that is gangster because it's not going to work.
yeah,
You have
yeah.
to actually get it some real somebody that knows this shit and then or take some aspirations from somewhere that's already
Mm.
been done that's really good and believable.
Yeah, that's right. And I think this TV series, The Penguin, does a good job of that.
Yes.
Considering the what they have to play with, like it's a fake city.
Yep.
It's Gotham.
Bro, that's
It's a cartoon. It's a comic book, and you've got you've got what they've got. But I think they've did the best they can. Hey, they've done the best they
yeah.
could, and I think it works. It works. It's still
Just
on
like
the unrealistic side, but
yeah.
it's better than what it could be. I mean, it's
Yeah.
better than it's better than expected. I
Because
think.
in my mind when I watch it, it's like, man, that could be like that. It could be like that in real life.
Mm,
Man, but some of the scenes, like when some of the sets and the props in that, like the devastation from the flood, man, it looks so wicked, eh? Like how, especially the scene when him and Victor are walking through the subway, and I think they're heading over towards they got to catch a train to go to the mothers,
mm,
and all that flood devastation at the back in the subway.
yeah,
Man, I love those kind of scenes. Eh? They took a lot of effort to do all of it, and they're like walking through their part. It looks like the Bronx, and it's all been smashed. Like everything's fucked up. Like the whole entire place is fucked up because of the fucking Riddler.
yeah.
Man, he screwed the whole city over.
I like the very beginning how the camera's panning on the floor of the Iceberg Lounge, and the soundtrack of the movie
Yeah,
is there. Is
yeah.
there?
You can hear it, eh?
Yeah,
It's like real, not as loud as in the movie. Like it's like 10 times loud. You can't hear anything else.
yeah. So automatically we're connected back to the movie. Like
Yeah,
we understand that this is the same universe, and this happens a week after what happened in the movie too, because we see the news report there of the
yeah,
of the flood. So yeah, yeah, just about the realistic of it, the reality of it, like with the mob stuff. I guess you could say, that mansion. where Oz has to go and see the head.
The Falcones.
Yeah, I
Yep.
guess you could say that
They
would be a
didn't.
little cartoonish, but
It didn't
because
really show us much of that mention. Eh?
nah,
It was like just the front injury, and then he's in the city area or whatever you call it,
mm,
saying hello to all the mobsters and shit. Till he gets a surprise visit from Sophia. Fuck.
yeah.
Yeah.
So what was your take on that character, Victor?
Ah. I don't know. He's a good actor,
Do you
but
think it would have been better if he just killed him?
yeah, and then yeah, come to think of it, I actually thought he was gonna kill him, and it would have been better if he did. They could easily turn around and betray him, but as we know, the penguin's probably too clever for that,
Mm.
and he'll probably kill him in the end, regardless. I don't know. Victor could be his right hand man, and until Oz becomes known as the penguin.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I was thinking about that scene when he tells him to turn around and look at the sunset, and Victor's
Yeah,
like,
that's what I thought.
he
Shit.
started crying. And he's like, no, 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 no.
Yeah.
I
And
thought,
he knew straight away, and the audience knew straight away.
yeah, it didn't happen. But I was thinking, what if he did shoot him? Would that be the better thing? But then he would have no one to help him do the car
Yeah,
thing. But what would that?
especially,
I was thinking, what
especially,
would that make his character? Like, if he did kill him, like he would be ruthless as, and or be like, you know, you won't respect him, but you'll see how evil he is. Yeah.
yeah. But I don't think you think him as a thinker.
Mm.
Maybe he played it for the long game, and he was thinking ahead. I don't know,
Yeah,
but
because he can probably kill him anytime.
yeah, but it kind of worked out for him in the end. So
Yeah,
it saved his ass. Victor saved his ass pretty much.
and I think what we're seeing right now with the penguin scheming in that, because by the end of this film, he actually sets the two crime families up there. He sets up
Yeah,
Maroni and the Falcones. Sort of like sort of like what's that film with Bruce Willis, Last Man Standing? How he's
yes,
setting up those two gangs
yeah,
to fight each other. Like, is that same sort of thing? Eh? So
yeah.
yeah,
That's what he's done now.
I didn't actually click until we see the body of Alberto and his fingers missing. That's when
Yeah,
I
yeah,
actually
yeah,
clicked. Said, oh shit,
yeah.
he set them both up. Because
That,
I was getting confused. I was confused, like, what's going on? He's just getting wasted here. And then I
oh,
thought, and then when I saw the finger gone, I was like, oh, I know what he did. What a
yeah,
tricky guy. And this is a super villain coming out, eh? This is his
yeah, yeah,
mastermind.
yeah.
This is his mastermind skills, super villain skills coming out, eh? Like, he's a schemer. He plans stuff, and he's into the long game, eh? So
Yeah.
we're not thought about. Would it be better? Would it be better as a character? Would he be better as a character if he just killed Victor when he said he was gonna do?
Mm.
And I think it would make him a better character in terms of how ruthless he is, but because he's a schemer and
Yeah.
he's a mastermind, it
So
makes sense
a
that
bit of intelligence.
it makes sense that he lets him live because he
Yeah.
actually says maybe you're gonna be useful for me. I'll keep you around, and if you, so he's playing them too.
Yeah.
So I think to be even more ruthless, once Victor has done his job and Penguin knows that Victor can't do any more for him, that's when he'll gut him like a fish, just like he said.
Yeah.
I'm gonna gut you like a fish. So
But then again, the story he told Falcone's son about that old time gangster, eh? It kind of makes me think maybe he won't do that. Maybe he has laws. If you do right by him, he'll do right by you, kind of styles. But
yeah,
you never know. I just thought about that with their story. It was telling the Alberto, and then he just cracked up laughing, and he figured it out that's his ambition. That was the Oz's ambition to be like that, like the old time gangster.
yeah,
And then Alberto's like, "No, fuck that. I don't want to be that. I want to be more."
yeah.
Like,
So
damn.
oh yeah, okay. So because of that story, you think that he's still gonna little bit
like
of
some
heart.
loyalties. There's some
Yeah,
like
he's got a code, eh?
got yes,
Yeah,
he's got
he
a
wants the
code.
respect of the people to praise him.
Yeah, so if he gets that, he'll give it back. But if you don't, then you're dead.
Yeah.
That's what I thought when he was telling that story. I kind of get that from him after that story. But
So
we'll see.
I wonder if that's kind of like a Godfather trait, like with
Yeah,
Vito
it does feel like it, eh?
Corleone. Like he's a
Oh,
gentle, so kind of giant. He's a gentle
oh man.
killer. Like like he can be gentle because he loves his family. He needs
Yeah,
his family to be overcome everything, including the laws.
yeah. But he
But
can be ruthless,
he
bro.
can be ruthless at the same time. So
Ah,
it's kind of those Godfather traits he got, eh? And yeah, when he was telling the story, yeah, he was admiring that other gangster he talked about, and he wanted to have that prestige.
that
Eh?
kind of prestige. Yeah,
He wanted the
he
prestige
wants
for that.
something like that, eh?
Yeah.
But I
So
reckon
yeah,
it'll
man, like
become greater.
it's funny. We've been talking about this, and this is new things coming into my head. We're actually just talking about it, and it just makes me realize just how much better this program is. Eh, like the
Yeah,
writing
good
seems to be good. Eh,
storytelling.
the
Good
writing seems to
storytelling.
be good. Eh, there's no loopholes anywhere so far, right?
Yeah,
Like the stories we're hearing from the characters, if we can tell that's their personalities. Eh, you know
yeah,
what I mean? Like
yeah. You can,
I think with Sophia Falcone though, she's a bit looks a bit crazy. Eh, she's like
bro. It's her eyes, eh, that does all the action.
yeah.
Like especially the scene when she hugs him,
Mm.
after they have their lunch,
Yeah,
and she gives that. I forgot what she said, but she said, "No one knows you like I do. What you're capable of, eh?" And
yeah,
she's like, she looks like happy, and then her eyes open up, and she looks like real serious. And
yeah,
that's when the character also is like, "Oh shit, fuck, she knows, she knows."
yeah.
Like, damn,
She looked pretty dangerous. Eh, she looks pretty crazy. She
fuck yeah,
second
bro.
thoughts killing that kid that she kidnapped. You know,
Yeah,
you telling me that kid's a liar? Am I a liar? You telling me that kid's a liar?
yeah,
Then
okay, he's a liar.
he shoots a man like cold blooded. Eh, like she's evil. Eh, and she's one of those. They're all bad dudes, but she's one of the bad dudes that can flip the switch. Eh, can go crazy 1 minute.
Bro,
Eh,
she just came out of Arkham. And
yeah.
if anybody knows Arkham, bro, shit, in the DC universe, some crazy ass people in
Mm,
their place.
yeah.
They even dedicated a game to their place. Arkham.
Oh, the video game. Mm.
Yeah, the Batman game.
They probably won't have Batman come in the series, but probably that won't make sense to have Batman show up. But yeah, it's kind of to have all
Early
this
days,
crime
bro.
happening. You know, to
Early
have all
days.
this crime happen and Batman doesn't show up. Eh, like must be a lot of crime going on at night, and Batman doesn't show up too. Eh.
Well, bro, come on, look at the city, man. It's absolutely fucked. I
Mm.
mean, like when they were just painting around and walking around the city, shit, it's worse than Christopher Nolan's Gotham City, man. It's way
Mm.
worse. It's more realistic. That's what the thing that got me about Batman 3A. When they're fighting in the streets, it's all nice and clean. I was thinking, hey, wait a minute. Haven't they taken the city over for like once? Fuck. When did they have time to clean it? So I couldn't get that. But in this one, man, you see the sets and the devastation from the fronts from the previous film. It just looks realistic as.
Mm.
So it's like, oh man, this is bad.
It's more. I think it's more. You know, we're talking about what we compare the movie to, program to. To me, it feels like more aligned with Scarface. You know,
Oh,
the
true.
Al Pacino,
Yep.
because he's like trying to rise
In the ranks.
in the ranks and that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, it's not really the mafia in Scarface. Eh? It's just the drug cartels. Eh? And stuff like
Mm.
that. So, hmm. I
Yeah,
think
no, it was cool. No, carry on.
as opposed to like being trying to copy off Sopranos or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
That was my sort of
It's kind
my thoughts.
it's kind of cool that it's. I mean, the accent and that is there, but they didn't go into the full fledged how he takes businesses down because obviously it's a different story altogether. And not only that, they still have to go with the storyline where the whole city's and everybody's still trying to pick up the pieces and everyone's trying to grab what they can. So the crime families are trying to hurry up and take control. Who can take control of the city, and also trying to pick up fights with the two biggest families and then take what's left, I guess, and be on top at the same time. It's trying to kill two birds with one stone.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. I think he came up with the plan A when he was at his mom's house. After the mum, go get what you want to get, and especially after watching that little TV show with the chick singing.
Yeah, what was that about?
No, I think it was just like blame it on the main boy or something. So like blame it on, I don't know what the main means, but blame it on someone. Doesn't matter who. And he was probably thinking, shit, maybe Salvatore could take the fall for Alberto and see if I could get these two families hustling against each other. And it looks like it's going to pan out.
Well, he needed to get out of that sort of in line of fire, eh? He was in line of fire when if they thought that Alberto's dead, they didn't know about that time.
Yeah, but
he's missing.
They kind of figured it out, especially that part when he drove off back to his apartment and they're already waiting there. And Sophia's like, her and her big eyes are just staring at him. Yeah. It's like, fuck. Man,
I think his purple car gave it away, because that's the color of his inside of his tuxedo in the comic books. It's purple. So
yeah, I remember that too. I was telling you that, Joe. That's his favorite color, purple.
And that was like, because of his favorite color, he sort of got found out, eh?
Yeah.
Because no one else had a purple car.
So the whole thing with cutting Alberto's finger and also giving the ring back to Salvatore, man, it was a good setup. But I think Victor was meant to, from when they're having their conversation right at the end of the episode, and they're having their slushies and that, and because Oz doesn't know what Victor did with the body, he hasn't seen the body, and he thought that I think he told Victor to chop the head off and leave a pinky, but Victor decided to give him the whole body and just chop the finger off.
Oh, I didn't get that bit. How come?
I think Victor was like trying to figure out how to cut the head off, but he was like, "Oh no, I couldn't do it." But then Oz was just like, "No, it's all right." Sophia got the message, like she understood, especially with the sign of the payback on the thing. But with the missing finger, they'll definitely know that. Oh shit, someone took the ring. And when they come to find out that Salvatore's got the ring and he's flashing it around in prison, then they'll start the war in Oz's favor. Fuck, he's playing both sides, eh? Fucking the man.
Yeah, it's kind of like Last Man Standing and Kawasaka, the Japanese director that did the Seven Samurai. Yeah, it was the same storyline. This storyline that Sergio Leone took for the Clint Eastwood when he's playing those two gangs off each other.
Yeah.
So we'll probably see what's next on the next episode, eh? Next episode is called Inside Man.
I like it, eh? I like the show already. I like the characters too, all of them. I can't wait to see where Mark Strong starts playing his role in this film because he's on the cast, and I like his acting.
So next Monday is when it comes out. So they missed a week.
Oh, what is it? Every fortnight?
I think it's it missed a week after the first episode, and then fortnight, and then it's weekly after that.
With this show coming out, because also they have I was just talking to the boys, and they were talking about the Tulsa King season 2.
All right.
Now, you know how I feel about the Tulsa King. It's like super unrealistic as,
Yeah,
but that's also based on like a mafia crime family type kind of show. Way,
yeah.
and I have no idea where to go with that show. It's kind of weird, but I'm still gonna watch it.
And
I
that's what
just
we were
think,
talking about before, eh? How realistic the crime stuff is, eh? Because Tulsa
yeah,
King is a good
exactly.
example of borderline, eh?
It's like right on the borderline. Like it's actually he probably hopped over it and then hopped back and then hopped over it again. I was like, what the fuck, man?
Because the funny thing with the Tulsa King, like if you go to where it is in Oklahoma, in Tulsa, Oklahoma, where Sylvester Stallone is, like all
Yeah.
that seems like a Mickey Mouse operation, eh? Like those characters he's got there. See, that's believable for a town like Tulsa, you know? Like if you have one Italian mafia dude go over there to set up shop and this is what he's got to deal with, that's realistic, right? I could see that
Really?
happening. Yeah, I could see that happening because there's no Italian mobsters there. He's the only guy there.
But
You know, it's like in
is it
Oklahoma,
realistic
but
just to take over the business?
but that's what I'm saying, man. Like it's not New York, it's not Chicago, it's not a main city. It's a fucking where
Shit
the
ass.
cowboys are. You know, so if one gangster from New York has to go there to set up shop, right? He's only has to set up shop where he has what he's got there, and he hasn't got any other Italian mafia dudes there. He's just got cowboys and you know
Indians.
and riff and you know just random people, and that's what he's got. So that's realistic to me. What isn't realistic to me for Tulsa King is the damn mafia in New York. Like that's to me, that's unrealistic.
Oh man.
To me,
True, true.
that looks cartoonish to me.
I think the whole show
Uh,
looks cartoonish to me.
They're like they're not like a mafia family. They're like the kids just playing, just trying to, you know,
Yeah,
like
trying to get
there's
one
no
up on the
sort of,
other.
yeah, it's like just a gang, just a normal gang trying to be organized crime, you know. To me, in Tulsa King, New York looks unrealistic, but Tulsa looks realistic. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, I get you. I get you. For me, it's just the character how he just comes to Tulsa King and tries and he takes over businesses. So I was like, what the hell?
Well, yeah, sure. Like,
Shit.
yeah, like, but you get that. Like, he's not
Yeah,
taking over Italian American businesses. He's taking over the cowboy businesses. Like,
business. Yeah.
they're all white there. You know that yeah. It's
So I was like,
but but
it's
but see that cartoonish vibe for the New York mafia in Tulsa King is
yeah,
the kind of sort of cartoonish thing I didn't want for the Penguin.
yeah,
You know what I mean? The Penguin mob, even though it is not the mob in the Penguin, like the Falcone mob,
yeah.
it doesn't look like a traditional
No, it doesn't.
Italian mafia thing, eh?
Yeah,
It's
I don't
not,
think
eh?
we've seen it. I don't think we've seen enough either too of the Falcone family. It looks like there's more of them to come.
But I think the attitudes are right.
Yeah,
The attitudes and how they talk it's bang on.
yeah. I don't, especially
It,
business wise. Eh?
exactly, but in the Tulsa King, I feel like it's the opposite.
Oh man, it's all childish shit. You know what they're like arguing amongst each other. It's
Mm,
just like, oh yeah, I'm better than you. I'm better than you. Especially the argument they have in where he's like, where so oh man, we're getting way far from the point. But anyway, he's explaining to Sylvester Stallone's character is explaining to the mobster family that he's done all this time and he gets nothing for it.
mm,
And then one of the members from the family steps up and tries to downgrade him, and then he knocks him out. I
yeah.
was like, what? I was like that kind of whole scene. I was like, oh, try. I was like, man, what kind of royalties do you guys have, man? So shit, just could
I
smack
don't
me
know.
from
Maybe we
below.
should do talk about the Tulsa King as well.
Yeah, I'll be watching it, but not I'm not in a rush to. I'm
Yeah.
still gonna watch The Rings of Power.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Sweet. Um. Okay, man. I think we're nearly up.
Yeah,
We'll take some predictions for next episode. See what you think is going to happen. So the next episode is next Monday. It's called Inside Man. What do you think is going to happen?
I think the Inside Man is also himself because he's playing both Henrys. I don't know. I could be wrong. He could have another person. I'm thinking the heat between the Falcones and the Celts and is it the Maronis?
Yep.
I think they'll start to boil up. I also might try and push Victor a bit more. See what else he can get from him, or what other if he can be really really trusted. And I think Sophia is just going to get more nuttier. Just going to get probably get more crazy. Depending, she looks like she can keep it in check the way. In saying that, I did see another trailer, and it showed a little bit of all the episodes. I was like, oh man, it does look good. So yeah, I'm keen to stay in for the long haul.
Yeah, me too, man. And I think what I think is going to happen in the next episode, Inside Man. I think we're going to see the war going on back and forth, and Oswald's trying to get that deal happen. So there's that shipment coming in, eh?
Yeah.
So he took the photo of
shipment.
He took the photo of Alberto's phone with the date the ship was coming in. So I think he's going to try and lead that one, eh? And try and steal it for himself somehow.
Yeah, so whatever Alberto's got in their shipment, it must be pretty good because it's some kind of new drug, eh? And Oscar's gonna obviously take over. He's got everything under control by the looks of it anyway. How he was walking around in the warehouse, commanding his little henchmen.
Yeah. So his boss is one that shut down, eh? And he wants to carry it on. So he tried to get them to change their mind, but I don't think they have. So we'll see. They'll probably change their mind or be distracted from the war that's about to happen.
Well, remember, he still got photos of that one of those guys on the top table.
Yeah.
Especially the bald-headed one. He's got photos of that guy with someone.
Yeah.
So he might use that to push his leverage.
Yeah. So overall, man, it's interesting program, eh? It's pretty cool. It's pretty dark. I like it to be dark. I like it to be pretty cool like that. I'm interested to see how Oswald rises to the top and becomes the Penguin that we all know. And I'm curious to see how they're gonna fit it in with the rest of the movies. If they're gonna have a trilogy movie, if this is gonna be a prequel to the next movie, if Penguin is actually gonna be the number one villain.
I don't think so. Wait, you probably still play in the background. Man, but you could obviously see the Riddler's done a lot of damage already, eh? Turned everything upside down.
Yeah.
Made a lot of work for Batman.
So yeah, man, I'm in for the long run.
Yeah, but hard.
Sweet, man, that's us, man. Yeah, we'll come back and talk about the next episode, episode 2.
Yep.
And next episode. Have you watched any movies lately?
Nah. What's the last one I watched? Rebel. Is it Rebel Ridge? I think that's out on Netflix. I haven't seen anything on the big screen lately, except for that Alien Romulus. That was probably the last one I watched. I didn't get a chance to watch The Crow. Just been busy, eh? It's weird.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I did watch The Crow.
Oh, how was that? How did you find it?
It's different, eh? It's different to the Brandon Lee one.
It's
more modern. It's probably a little bit more supernatural too.
Okay.
But it's pretty ruthless. It's pretty ruthless.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was okay. It got some bad reviews though.
Okay.
I thought, yeah, I can see the bad reviews, but it was okay. It wasn't as good as John Wick, but yeah.
Oh, most definitely not. I don't think there's much up there that's better than John Wick.
Yeah. Sweet, man, that's us, man. Thanks for jumping on Channel 135. We'll do it again next week.
Yo.
And we'll try to get the boys to come on and we'll do another draft. I had this idea of doing the African American draft movies. Black American movies draft.
Shoot. Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, I actually watched our X-Men draft this morning again.
Oh,
That's
did
pretty
you?
cool, man. It's pretty cool.
But we
Yeah,
had fun on that. That was me. I
yeah.
had fun on
So I
that.
think yeah, I have fun too. So we'll do another draft. Oh, yeah, I think we'll do Black American movie draft,
Yeah, yeah.
and we'll have 5 categories. I was
Oh,
thinking of what
good.
the 5 categories going to be. I think 1 would be comedy, 2 would be action, 3 would be in the hood movies, 4 would be what would 4 be dramatic or
So what? Yeah,
sports,
yeah.
and 5 would be award winning.
Ooh. Okay.
Award winning.
Yep. There's quite a few. Man, all those categories. There's quite a few.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right,
No,
man.
no. I'll be queuing for that, bro.
Yep, we'll hook it up.
Yeah. As soon
Thanks,
as we get those
thanks,
numbers.
Zeus.
Yeah.
Thanks, Zeus. That's us.
All right, man. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.